Hi guys, good evening. Sitting down tonight. We're gonna go over some GameStop TA. So let's go check it out. So here's a stock that we love to watch. It's called GameStop. It's just opened up right now in the overnight. 22.27. If you're looking at this red dot, you guys see it. Like I'll zoom in. See the red dotted line right there. So if I go to the monthly, this is on a logarithmic chart. It actually is right at the apex, like right in the middle of this Dorito, as we call it, the triangle itself. From the top of 120 from like 5 years ago, all the way through all our timelines, our true level of support from here, from the previous candle, it literally gives us the perfect middle apex. That's where your stock is today. Like it came down to the bottom half, or the top half, I should say, of the triangle. So we haven't fallen below that. I know we've touched it on some months, but as you can see, we found some real level of support here at this 2210 mark. You find it numerous times where they were trying to punch down into the 21s numerous times, right? So pretty awesome to be on the top half of this, considering that we did have this golden cross on the weekly on the 50 versus 200. So now we're going to go ahead and break down to the daily. Now I know we're in this downward channel right here, and I was paying attention to it because if you actually go to the 4 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. You're going to see exactly what's happening with GameStop. This is a manipulated push down. You can see it from a mile away. You're way up here at this 37.49 part. And if you come all the way down, it actually follows the trend of trying to break the trend, right? We're in this downward trending channel. And to have a downward trending channel, if we actually focus on this channel here from the 24.90 all the way down to 21.92, what we tend to see now, if I go into the 2 hour, let me do it really quick. So we tend to see is that you're on the top half of this trend line, of this trend channel, right? So being on the top side of this trending channel, we now have this breakout coming. Once you have a breakout from the downward channel, then you have some true recovery. Meaning if you were to buy in on the breakout, like let's just say for all you day traders, you guys buy in now at 22, 27, whatever it may be, you can even come down here days later, have a stop loss at the same level and or catch the run back up. Because if you think it's going to test that bottom again, then you put some insurance on it. Say, oh, let me get a stop loss at the same level I just bought in. So that's usually the way you look at it, because some people are going to see this trending here on the 2 hour to say, hey, we're going to have some downward pressure. But I think this is the end of it. I really think that you're really close. And the reason why I say I think it's the end of it, or I don't think you can go much lower, is because when I do go to that monthly and I see that we're at the, right at the middle of this triangle, what could you do? Could you shoot it back down even further, right? Could we come back down and test 15, 16, a la back here when we had these downward trending channels? You'll see this. Long time ago, we were at 27, and we came all the way down to 11. That was a run all the way down from earnings, and, Roaring Kitty developed out of here. Everybody popped up out of here because once you saw that we were pushing down this hard, there was no need to even guess. At that point, we're extremely undervalued, and you buy it all back. They push it down even further, and it's the point of no return, and it's a ricochet right off the concrete. So that's what you've seen here with GameStop in the past. This downward channel here, we had a downward trending channel here, pushed it down. We broke out. Boom, you take it all the way to the top. Apparently, there's some really good day traders out there, swing traders, and they sold off at the top. And then you had this manufactured push down, like a last-ditch effort against the stock, right? Like, hey, they're about to announce some amazing earnings. They have this new product out. You would think these are all bullish things, but if you go across, these are your previous levels of support, you're there again. It's still that red line, like I told you, straight across 22-ish flat. So it used to be we were still in that same range, going sideways, but we've put out more shares. We offered more shares at a higher rate. People have bought in 21, 28, 29, you name it, they're buying it in. So I think this is your support. I think it's where you're at right now. So we have the true chance to get pushed out sideways, which is fine. Over these next 6 months, you're going to be playing in this smaller triangle here. And that's just going to be based off the fact that you're going to be in a pretty big bullish pennant for the next, I'd say 2 years as we look at it. Because this is your 6-year chart here. And we're still getting pushed down this whole way. Now, we had this push down before where we pushed down sideways and out. And as we kept going down, we kept fighting it. And eventually we popped. If they're going to continue to push us down on smaller time frames, you're eventually going to hit rock bottom because of math and people buying the stock, just continually buying and holding. Eventually, they're pushing down with synthetics, or I don't want to say synthetics. They're pushing down with borrowed shares, which is fine. It's perfectly legal. But at some point, the rubber's gonna meet the road, and we're gonna get up out of here. And the reason why we're gonna get up out of here is because GameStop has all these new revenue streams, and they're running a more efficient business, and they make more money than ever. And you're going to start giving value to what the metrics are. You're going to see all the value. I mean, as far as earnings go, I know a thing just came out. GameStop's going to come in at 19 cents profit per share. 19 cents profit per share. That gives you, I think it's like $4 million for 10 cents. So maybe 80 million. I'm not good at math. Somebody got to tell me what it was. Matter of fact, you know what? No edits or cuts. I have my phone here. So if they think they're coming in at 18 for the quarter, right? So 18 cents times the 447 million, you're looking at $80 million of profit. How in the hell are they going to make $80 million of profit in quarter two? Like, guys, they just made 44 million last quarter. They're making 80 million compared to the 14 million they made last year. That's a $66 million increase. This is massive for a quarter two. So if Wall Street sees $80 million worth of profit in quarter two, could you imagine what it's going to be like for the annualized profits and gains for GameStop? I think it's going to be massive. I really do. I saw them push down Bitcoin all the way to 111,000. I know GameStop bought in around 106, and my math is telling me. So to be around 106, you're looking at around 5,000 and maybe 6,000 a coin, just to be fair. But 6,000 times the 4,000 that they have, you're looking around $24 million worth of profit there. So there's 24 million on unrealized gains. There's additional gains based off of SG&A decline and the stores that they've shut down. But top line revenues increased because Switch 2. You got Switch 2. You got better margins on PSA graded cards. So there's a lot going on here for GameStop. And to get a taste of it, like right now with this new website, Power Packs, remember that it's plural, powerpacks.gamestop.com, you'll see that people are buying and buying and buying, but also that first week of Power Packs goes in on this number. We don't know how much of it they're actually calling revenue. We don't know what the share is. Like if they're just getting, I guess, a small 6% whenever they do a transaction, or they just collecting transaction fees. That'd be pretty awesome, considering all the inventory's churning and people are getting in and they're unloading and off ramping. So I think maybe if GameStop's selling out that technology or that algorithm for the randomized power packs, that's going to be worth something to someone one day. I think they're onto something here with the one product. And when it goes live, that website, and you'll see that they're no longer in beta. If you're a GameStop investor, you know what I'm talking about right now. And if you're not, well, then you're living in a bubble, because GameStop is literally doing something that is going to revolutionize the way people collect, period. It goes a digital experience to a physical world. And to mesh the two, well, it's better than digital video games and downloads, I'll tell you that. These things that people are buying are appreciating in value. They can get stored over there. And if you're willing to hold your shares for 4.5 years like me, could you imagine how long you'd be willing to hold your collectibles and no one actually have to own them and touch them, physically? Let them hold on to it for you. But your wallet's there, and it's worth a lot of money. So I think your PSA wallet's going to be worth a lot, your PSA vault. I think everyone that's a GameStop investor and or GameStop supporter for these platforms, they're going to have a lot of money under their belt, because these assets are going nowhere. They're going to be stuck in those vaults and people's pockets, and people are going to find the value in them. I was watching a video, and it was showing you how someone once was offered $13 million for a house in Bitcoin. It was 50,000 Bitcoin at the time. The year was 2015. We're 10 years later. If he would have taken the $13 million worth of Bitcoin, it'd be worth $4.3 billion today. There's value. There's value in things that have limited supply. And I'm telling you the value that I have for GameStop right now. GameStop is a company, allegedly, as I see it, it can be shorted. It can be manipulated. Don't care. They have an EPS of 46 cents. If you add on the additional, they're coming in at around 75 cents for the year, if not more. Get ready, guys. This is going to be massive. When they hit $1 a share, and they're making $447 million a year, I want to see what Wall Street has to say then. Because at $22, I think we're doing really good. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dude that owns the stock. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.